Hello ladies, it's Anita here from Sequins and Sand. How you doing? We have been talking about the magnificent new Midnight Garden range that's just landed here at Sequins and Sand. And I just wanted to talk to you very quickly about the colours that are in it and the nature of the print. Because it's really important that you wear the colours that make your eyes pop and that make you look fantastic. You know, there's no doubt that wearing the right colours that suit you best will bring out your best. It keeps all the attention here and it really does make you shine. Now, Midnight Garden, I'll just grab a Cossie in it for you, is an amazing print. It's got loads of colour happening and it sits on a black background. Now, there's a couple of things here. Within this print, we have both warm and cool tones. These pinks and blues here are quite cool, but you also have some warmer tones in the khaki and some of the corals that are coming through as well. So depending on what you team this print with, you will bring out warmer or cooler tones, and that's really handy, because most of us will fall into one of those two camps. Some will be borderline, but generally we can be warm or cool. Now, I am a classic warm colour palette girl with a very deep colour palette to my colours. This is my colour palette. You can see I can pick up some of those darker khaki colours in what suits me from this print, as well as some of those rich warmer tones of coral. Where did it go? It's a bit tricky to try and line up the coral. There's a bit of coral coming in there, and over here there's a bit more coral coming in. So there are some tones that work for me as a warmer colour palette girl, but very deep. Dark hair, dark eyes, depth, deep colours suit me, and that's what these colours are. This is quite a deep colour palette. When we talk about colour, we talk about the temperature of the colour, warm and cool, which we've just touched on lightly. We also talk about the depth of colour, how dark and light the colours are, and the intensity, whether they're clear colours or muted colours. Most of these are quite clear. The intensity is high, and on that black background, a bit of a tongue twister, that means on the black background, the contrast for this print is really high. And the higher the contrast, the more lively the print is, and the higher the energy vibe in it. Now this will, this is come and have a look at me kind of print. This is very much a print that will stand out a little bit more than others, with that higher contrast level going on between the background and the colours in the print, as well as that intensity of the colours that are in it as well. There's some, and the warm and cool colours. So that's a bit about the print. So if you are drawn to this print, odds on you love wearing those intense colours, the really, really bright colours, but also whether you're warm or cool, you could get away with that. So let's have a look at how we would team it to bring out the warmth or the cool colours. Now, I've been trying to think how to do it best for you. Let me start with what I think is more of a cooler tone in this blue. I figure if I wrap it around me like this. Now, this is not one of my preferred colours in my personal palette, but you'll get the idea of how it brings out the blues in the print. Straight away, I don't know about you, but straight away I'm drawn to this blue here. Boom, boom. Straight away that brings it out. Now this colour doesn't match, when you come in closer, it doesn't match exactly, but it's a very similar tone and colour, so it brings the blues out to play a bit more, if you like. So that's how you would create a cooler option. Now these are all sarongs that I'm using just for ease and convenience. So a cooler blue with this print works really, really well. Now let's warm it up a little bit. Something completely different. Let's reach for this coral. Now this is a very warm tone, very warm color. It sits in my personal color palette brilliantly. See, spot on, being a warm girl. Now, when we put that around near the print, it brings out straight away, I'm drawn, I've got to go to the opposite. I'm drawn to what's happening up there. That little bit of coral up there in the print, that's where my eye goes to straight away. But you can see how you can work in the orange tone quite easily and help to bring out the warmer tones of the print. The blues don't pop so much for me with this, and even the pinks come out to play and work in with the coral when I look at this. Let me know what you think. So that is warming things up with a coral, which you can easily do with this print. Let's keep it warm again. Now, this is punch, or it is a pink. It is a slightly warmer pink. It's not a very blue pink. It's got a bit more of a yellow tone to it. But you can see how it brings out the pinks, but not in a super bright way. It kind of sits in between, but it does tend to bring out those pinks a little bit more. So this one I think is more warm, slightly warmer than say a blue based pink. Then you can team it with black. Now I'm already wearing black, so you might argue, well, why do you bother layering another black over you? But let's just see if I can cover my arms a bit more for you. Now, when we wear black with most things, it's going to create at least a medium, probably more towards a high contrast, exactly what's going on in the print. So when you wear the black, you're going to keep that energy level up higher because of the extra contrast that you're creating. Whereas with all the other colors, we're sort of matching the same tone in the print, and that brings the contrast level down a bit. So I think when we add the black, we maximize it. Now let's see what happens when we add white. So the higher the contrast, the greater the energy level, and it says, hello, here I am. Now what happens when we wear white? Whoa, that creates high contrast too. Now white, much lighter than the black, but because there's a difference between the depth of colour in the print and the sarong, the white sarong, you can see how the contrast is created by wearing the white. Personally, even though there is a tiny bit of white in this print, ever so tightly in the middle of the flowers, it's probably not my favourite choice to create your outfits with. So don't automatically think that white's going to go with everything in summer, girls, because you need to look at what you're teaming it with and bring out some of those colours to play. Right, now the other colour that is in this print that if you're a warmer girl, I absolutely love is the khaki. Now again, a deeper colour, a dirtier, warmer colour, but it somehow tames it down, don't you think? Because we're a little bit closer to the intensity and depth, not intensity, the depths of the colour here. So there's not that leaps up in contrast. The contrast has come down a bit, it's a bit tamer. So it's a bit more subdued when you compare it to, say, the white or even the black. To me, that's still got a higher contrast level than teaming it with the khaki. Now, both are dark colours, right? But you can see the difference, how the black, even though it's dark, creates a greater, higher contrast level than wearing it with the khaki. Now, there is khaki in that print, right? Beautiful. There's also that lovely teal. So that's how, just really interesting to see how different colours will play with the Midnight Garden print. I just dropped the togs on the floor. So you can create warmer colour combinations in the resort wear that you wear with this print, or cool. It's a very flexible, adaptable print in that regard. Bring the cool tones out to play with the blues and the blue-based pinks that are in the print. Even the black, if you're a cooler girl, you'll be able to get away with that as well. And if you're warmer, think the lovely peach tones, the corals, and that khaki. So different outfits to play with the beautiful Midnight Garden print. I hope you found that helpful. Think about contrast as well as colour when you put your outfits together, and you'll be creating different moods and different vibes and sending out different messages each and every time. Thanks very much for tuning in. I hope you found that valuable. See you on the lines. Bye.